Handoff, Adrian up the middle, room to the 20, cuts to the left to the 25, and Adrian's loose! He splits the defense! 50, 40, 30, goodbye, baby! Touchdown!
We bleed purple, and our bones are gold. Hear the horns coming out of our dome, behold. We are Minnesota Vikings fans. We love when a player scores, we roar, ignite the stands.
Hey there, Vikings fans. You are listening to the Purple People podcast. My name is Kyle West. I am accompanied by Adam Carlson.
Heyo.
And we got us a special guest this week because Kyle Smith is out. We have Megan Boesen. She's frozen.
That's her right there.
What's up, Meg?
Not so much in Dallas, y'all.
That's right, a displaced Vikings fan living down in Texas. What's that like?
That's right. Surviving it, baby. And I am not part of America's team, so we're good.
On that note, I'd like to welcome everyone to episode number 134 of the Purple People podcast. That's a crap load of episodes, guys. Thanks for sticking with us through all that. But the episode title is Get Carter, and not the stupid 2000 movie with Sylvester Stallone.
Hey.
I'm talking about 1971 with Michael Caine.
I like the Stallone one.
What?
Yeah.
You crazy.
It's not anything with Stallone good.
No.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It's like Demolition Man. That's it.
Oh, I love Demolition Man. Don't you be dissing on that.
What? I just said that was a good one.
Oh, okay.
But let's go into the quick hits because we don't have much to report this week. As a matter of fact, my first quick hit is that there are no transactions to report.
That's good.
So that's good. Nobody got arrested. Nobody got fired. No suspensions handed down. It's been a good day.
It's been a quiet.
Oh,
Good like quiet.
Quiet is good. Jasper Brinkley has stated that he wants to return to the Minnesota Vikings next year, but will Minnesota want him back?
No.
I think they bring him back at least to camp.
What? Are you even kidding me?
I think he'd be a nice veteran presence for the team to push a young player.
Okay. Maybe. I mean, I'm not hating on the guy, but really, y'all, you're going to bring old timer back? Like, let's bring back Bernard, bring Berrian.
Nope.
Let's bring him back.
No Bernard Berrian, no.
We make like
Come on, let's.
we're not even
with his
Megan, we're not
shoes.
even a minute in and you got a Bernard Berrian reference out.
I'm sorry, y'all, because I remember I'm like hashtag old school Vikings, y'all.
Be twice.
Oh, no.
Oh, what's
my-
next, Adam?
Up next, we got Teddy Bridgewater being named to the Pro Football Writers Association All-Pro team.
All snaps. That's right.
You gotta love Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't love Teddy and you
Toy.
wanted Johnny Manziel, you gotta love Teddy.
Yeah.
You should love
You
Teddy.
got to love his focus and determination. And this kid is all work. He is all day. So let me throw something controversial out.
Ooh.
Like, he is all day work. Like Adrian Peterson is all day work. So
I agree.
what do we do? The franchise has changed, and how do we adapt to that? Because we have one guy who is driven to prove he can do this, right? And we've got another guy who has to limp back into the league with his tail between his legs. And he does, and you have to restructure. If he doesn't restructure, we're letting him go. We're sending him to Dallas, y'all, right down to me, y'all. And y'all know I don't want him here. I don't want him here. But you know what? If he's not going to restructure, we'll figure it out. But I'm dead serious on this, y'all. Teddy's the face of our franchise. He's clearly the leader right now, and we should be all excited about that.
It was so weird at the beginning of the season. We were all ready to crown Cordero Patterson the next face of the franchise.
I said that on the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We actually changed our graphics and everything to be Cordero Patterson.
Which, funny you should mention that, Adam, because on this week's show, if you're looking at it on YouTube, which you should be, you will see Teddy Bridgewater is the new background on the podcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love Teddy. Number 5, good to go. But here's the thing. I have bad history with jerseys. So I have Rice, Harvin, Favre, and freaking Rudolph before he got injured with his foot broken. So I'm not buying any more jerseys for a long time to come. When Teddy Bridgewater proves himself, I'm going to get a number 5.
You should just start getting Fran Tarkenton or Chris Carter or some.
So bad. I feel
Randy
bad.
Moss.
buy a jersey and some guy implodes on himself. Like, I feel bad. I'm not doing it anymore. No, I'm done. I'm done. Like, I'm literally done, y'all. I have cute t-shirts. I have lots of fun stuff, but I'll wait, and I'll eventually probably get like a customized one, but really, if I ever got anything, it would be Bridgewater.
I think you really got to get one that says Frozen Boesen on the back of it.
You do. That'd be pretty awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
Honestly, I think my personal jersey will be Viking Woohoo, but we'll see.
You know what? I do have to side tangent here really quick. This is interesting because you are, like you said, you're from up north. You're a Minnesota Vikings fan, but you're down in Texas. What do you hear from people down in Texas about Adrian coming down there? Are people expecting that?
Tell you.
Do they think it's going to happen?
Let me tell you. So they all have an opinion. Texans have an opinion about everything, just like Iowans do, right?
Of course.
But Texans have guns. No, it's different. Texans have guns and Iowans have opinions, and Texans have opinions with guns. So my point to you is I've never had a more raucous display of totally inappropriate behavior at the Cowboys Stadium. Like, I literally had front row tickets. I toured the stadium to figure out where I wanted my tickets, and I got them, and my 5 Vikings friends and I were like accosted the whole time. So we ended up going third quarter to the party deck up above us, and I didn't know I could text. There's some sort of security code you can text somebody and security shows up or whatever, but I'm not a douchebag like that. Like the douchebag behind me that was a douchey douche who was like, whoa, he was like heckling us the whole time. Well, I'm a fan of the Favre era, right? So I don't know the history like a bunch of those a-holes do, so it was fine, but whatever. And honestly, dudes, like the Cowboys were the worst fans ever, but we had over 700 Vikings fans show up for our tailgate. It was awesome.
There you go.
And then, no, for real. And the Texans the year before in 2009 were super sweet. And then we had the Cowboys, which were douchey. And guess what? I ventured into it. I did it, y'all. I did it. I did it. I went into Saints territory. I went into New Orleans.
That's like the danger zone.
No, they were so nice, y'all. They were so nice. Oh. Every fan I met wanted to kiss me and hug me because I had purple on. Like, they were so nice. You guys don't even know. Like, they were like, can we bring you to a lower deck where you have better seats? I'm like, okay. And they like just took me down there, and they were so super sweet. So my point to y'all is, don't judge every team by what you know from like the fodder of, and I know Bountygate was horrible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it didn't happen. It was horrible. But Saints fans were so nice to me. You have no clue. Like, I'd go back there in a heartbeat. So my game, I do one Southern game a year. And my game for next year, even though I'm pretty sure Larry Fitzy won't be there,
Arizona?
is the Cart. Yeah, I'm going to Arizona. I'm going. I'm doing it. I'm going. I'm in. I'm locked in. There's a great Vikings fan base there. I want to meet these people. I'm doing it. Till our stadium's built, I'm doing one Southern game. Once the stadium's built, I'm going up north, obviously.
So what you're saying is don't judge a fan base based on what you see them commenting online.
No, because I would have totally judged them. You know what I mean? Like, I would have been like, Drew Brees and all you haters, you Bountygate haters. No, they were so, do you understand? I couldn't find a taxi, and a guy said, let me find you a taxi. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. And I can take care of myself. Trust me. I lived in Chicago 6 years. But this guy like found me a like, these people are so nice. Like, the only shitty fans, pardon my French, I hope it's not like because the FCC or whatever.
It's all right.
No, I'm sorry.
Trust me, there's no FCCC monitoring us right now.
Okay, that's good, because I feel bad that I just said that. But the only cruddy fans were the Cowboys. And honestly, everybody else has been like so sweet and so nice. And I had the best seats ever at Cowboy Stadium, to be honest. I was over the tunnel the Vikings came out of. The cheerleaders were to my right, NFL photographers to my left. And I had this heckler who felt like he needed to heckle, and the freaking guest, don't go to the guest visitor side of a freaking home game and heckle somebody wearing purple if you don't like them. Like, I don't know you, and I haven't known Vikings, fandom for 50 years. I'm a new fan. I admit this. I get this. But honestly, y'all, I mean, the Saints fans, you don't know how nice they were. You have no clue how nice they were. I felt so welcomed, and I just would go back there again in a heartbeat.
Awesome. Okay, side tangent over. Adam,
Moving on.
What was our next
Mike Zimmer led the Vikings to a 7-9 record this year. A lot of people called that a success considering all of the things he had to overcome. However, next year he says that he will be a better head coach, which it's good to see him striving to get better. But
how does that translate? What do we think about that? What do we think about that as it translates to wins?
Well, Mike Zimmer's already said that if he's 8-8, then he's just an average head coach in the NFL.
Oh, I love that man. I love him.
So he measures his success in 3 things: division championships, playoff berths, and Super Bowl wins.
Oh, he's got lofty goals for this team. I mean, I'm just saying. And I'm not saying I don't think they can't do it. I think they can. But, I've heard he needs a 15-minute timeout after every game.
Yes,
like, he literally will not talk to nobody unless you put him in a little black hole and let him,
I believe he calls that
out 50 minutes.
I believe he calls that his
I love
cool
that
down
kind of a guy. That's what we need. Somebody salty. We need somebody who's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
We need somebody who's ready to bite the teeth off this team. Like Leslie Frazier was great. God bless him. R.I.P. Not saying he wasn't a bad coach, but he was not what we needed at that time. No. We were floundering with Ponder. Ponder was lost. I'm not even putting this on Ponder's shoulders. We were just lost, y'all.
Yeah.
It's a nice, refreshing change to have Mike Zimmer in there coaching this team.
That's true.
The more angry he gets, the happier I am to see him. Like, he's just angry on a good day. He gets red-faced on a good day.
All right, moving on to the next topic. The Pro Football Focus All-Pro team came out. 2 Minnesota Vikings players named to it.
Yeah.
Harrison Smith, the safety.
Yep.
And special teamer Adam Thielen.
Fantastic.
So I apologize. I've been calling him Thielen the whole time, so I guess he's Thielen, and I apologize if I'm not.
We have a debate over that at the show as well, too. If it's.
Oh yeah, we actually have people that comment on us every time.
I don't even know. I apologize. I don't even know. I'm just saying.
Thielen, Thielen, Thielen.
Smith is a beast, and I'm glad. It seems like Thielen. I'm going to call him Thielen because that's what I know. It seems like he's healthy this year, so I'm really happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And it appears as though he's going to absolutely earn a contract extension. So I'm really excited to see him get paid like he deserves.
But these guys that show up when they show up at important moments where we need them to be there, they should. And we're still trying to build. I don't know. Do y'all think okay? So my question is, do y'all think we're trying to build like a dynasty or a program? Because in my opinion, as a fan since 2008, we haven't ever had a dynasty. So what does that mean for the Vikings? Because we are literally people who are legitimately okay and right in the head give us credit for being one of the craziest teams of all to show up. We just never pull the plug.
I feel
in our lifetimes, we're young enough to where we didn't have the opportunity to live through the times of the people eaters and things like that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Nope, I have not.
I feel like what the Vikings are trying to do right now with Rick Spielman is we are focusing on growing our own homegrown talent. Before, this team has been very focused on adding big-time free agents into the mix. And I think the focus now has shifted towards drafting young talent, developing talent like Adam Thielen, who came up.
Old crusty quarterbacks,
yeah, not Donovan McNabb.
No more McNabb.
No more McNabb signings. Now that doesn't mean that Rick Spielman won't go out and grab like a veteran Greg Jennings and bring him into the mix when that is needed.
Right.
But I don't think you're going to see the focus of the team would be to go out and bring in the big-time free agent players to the mix.
Yeah, there's a reason the Vikings are bringing in all these young players.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want them to grow and develop with the team.
We've gotten super young in the last year. We've gotten super crazy young. We're I guess we're the 8th youngest team in the league, which is crazy to me.
Like that.
We're super young. So the Chad Greenway being the old crusty makes me cringe because I'm what? He's 32, y'all. And so Adrian's old, I guess, or whatever, but I'm not even talking about that. My point is when we talk about this, do y'all think that's going to inform our decision making on draft day? I mean, I hope so.
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And we were going to go to another segment here that we think is going to be a lot of fun. there's been a lot of talk lately about the son of Hall of Fame wide receiver Chris Carter and his son Duron.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kyle West wanted to spearhead this discussion, and he had quite a bit to say, I believe.
I do.
So
I'm going to kick this off.
Sir.
Yep, I'm going to kick off with some Duron Carter talk here. And I'm going to spare you guys a lot of the numbers because you can look the numbers up. You can Wikipedia. You can do a quick look at the CFL to find out all his exact stats. I'm not really interested in that.
What I have to do, Kyle, is when they released him, tell me what you think about him now. Like, we're going to bring him back. If we bring him back, we're bringing him back.
That's
released.
That's what
I want to know your perspective.
And he was.
I know nothing about this kid.
Okay, he originally had a tryout with the Vikings in 2013.
Yep.
And that was when, coming out of college, and I'm kind of making air quotes here because he really didn't have much of a college career. You can look that up as well too. He had virtually no experience. Kid goes up north. He plays in the CFL, and he plays at a fairly decent level. He's got. For the first time, I really feel like you can look and you can actually watch him play football and see what the kid can do. Right. Now, the thing about him is that you can watch his highlight reel up there in Canada, and you go, wow, look at what I see from him. But you got to remember that the Canadian Football League, their end zone, for one thing, is like 20 yards deep. So you got a really deep end zone to run into, and the field is wider. And I think you only have to have, is it I don't know the rules precisely. I think it's 1 foot in bounds.
Yep.
Like college, correct, Adam?
Yeah, that's
not
correct.
Two.
Yeah,
in
not
the NFL, correct?
And
yes.
Nope. And you've also got to remember that the talent pool is also lesser. So he's playing against lesser talent on a wider, deeper field. So you got to keep that in mind, is that he bigger space to work in. The thing about Duron is that I worry about him coming in and still having the attitude problems that he had in college carrying over.
And I know nothing. Is it like the Randy Moss version, of just the grandiose behavior?
Well, it's not even the Randy Moss thing, because even his dad, Chris Carter, had some serious attitude problems when he first came to the Vikings.
Drug and alcohol shit. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well documented. And
correct.
Duron Carter's actually been on Twitter a couple times talking about all his haters and all this stuff. When you don't see a lot of, I don't want to say classier, because it's not that Duron Carter isn't classy. It's just people handling the situation a little differently.
The kid scares me because you feel like he's going to come in, and even though I don't want to say he hasn't done anything, because he's done more than I ever will, but he's not a proven NFL wide receiver, and people are...
So he's a wide receiver. So we could literally pick up Larry Fitzy and know what we're getting.
True.
Larry Fitzy, I'm asking, if you were structured, we could pick up a guy who we know is a class act, top-notch wide receiver to go against Jennings, right? Okay.
And he's also a veteran. He's also a veteran at the end of his career, so I would actually pick Duron over Fitzgerald at this point, just based on the upside for them. But I think Duron is a guy that you want to bring in, and you really want to make him earn his roster spot. I don't think he can be given
a Dez Bryant, because Dez Bryant is like diamond. That catch was, and I know it wasn't legit. I get per the rules. The rules are stupid. They need to be changed, but that was a diamond catch. I was there. I watched it. Oh my gosh, this is happening. What do y'all think about that?
Well,
as it pertains to someone,
I think that was a catch, but that's beside the point. Is that when it comes to Duron, is that I don't know where his spot is on this roster currently, because we got our veteran in Greg Jennings, we got our project player in Cordero Patterson. Jarius Wright has proved himself.
Yep.
Daryl has to figure out his life with this team. He's got to make his way, and I don't know what's wrong with him. I'm not saying there's anything wrong.
He's not better than Charles Johnson currently, I don't think, and he's not proven himself special teams to be better than Adam Thielen. So
I don't think that Duron Carter can contribute the same way that Adam Thielen can in the other phases of the game.
He cannot contribute on special teams like Adam Thielen can. So I don't know where he fits in. If he comes here, if we plan on keeping 6 wide receivers, he's got to be all right.
That's heavy, dude. That's heavy on wide receiver.
Heavy, and he's got to be all right with being
tight ends. We tend to do tight ends, but Kyle hasn't been heavy, hasn't been relevant in forever. So I mean,
True.
That's heavy. That's heavy, dude.
And fans still want Minnesota to draft a wide receiver early.
Yeah.
I don't see how
it can fit. We need to go with an O-lineman. If our first pick is not an O-lineman, I'm done. I'm over Matt Cleel's mental breakdown. I don't care what happened to him. I'm over it, y'all. And I'm just over it. I mean, we need a freaking pocket that Teddy can play out of. If Teddy has no pocket, y'all, we all die.
But getting back to Duron Carter, there's some weird things going on where fans are already kind of assuming that he is this proven, established guy, that they're already making room for him on the team, and they're assuming that he's going to come in and be a star. Why? Because
really?
Some retired wide receiver comes out and says, hey, this guy's a number 1 wide receiver now.
And we're talking about Chad Ochocinco / Chad Johnson there, who came out and said that. A lot of people...
Trash. He's trash.
We had someone on Twitter.
Y'all can say I'm wrong. Y'all can say I follow him on Twitter. He's trash.
I'll take your word for it on that. I don't follow him.
I don't follow him either. I really don't care what Chad Johnson has to say at this point.
Trash.
A lot of people are caught up on Duron Carter because of his last name, and if it was, if you were looking at, who was the guy that we drafted a couple years back, Adam?
Which one? You like comparing him to Greg Childs.
Yeah, someone made a Greg Childs comparison and said, essentially, you're looking at Greg Childs with a last name that you recognize.
Really good, y'all. When he was good, he was good. And I
think that if Greg Childs, if you were to compare the two, like a healthy Greg Childs, he's a better prospect than Duron Carter.
Oh, absolutely, 500%. Are you kidding me? Don't play with me.
That will probably piss a lot of people off.
Awesomeness.
Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting Chris Carter's son to come to the Vikings and succeed. Of course, we'd all love to see that happen. But how realistic is it? Is this kid really ready?
Yeah. No, I don't. I really think we choose a Larry Fitzy. I'm sorry, y'all. I think we choose Fitzy Jr. and we bring him back, and we bring him back to Minnesota where he belongs.
That'd be a very popular choice among the Minnesota fan base, that's for sure.
And I'm a non-Minnesotan that just loves my Vikes. And I honestly, I think there's a bit of honorability with that. You just bring him back. Because remember, I'm going to expose myself.
Oh, no.
I went to college with Kurt Warner. And he hates you and I because they did not play him starter. They redshirted his butt, and he was screwed out of a lot of play time. He has not donated 1 penny since. Okay, so they're pissed at him, right? Well, I'm okay because he's a good guy. I saw him every day. I was the catering coordinator for the food truck on those guys. So my point to y'all is Kurt Warner's a good guy. And, Fitzy loves them too. And why wouldn't we bring Fitzy back to Minnesota where he belongs? He's a gopher. Why would we not bring this guy back?
Can I tell you why, Megan? There's no because we have Greg Jennings. We have the veteran guy.
And Greg's not looking so sexy. He's looking okay.
Well,
he's not Des Bryant sexy. Let me put it that way.
He makes a lot of really tough, admirable catches for Minnesota, and he's a go-to guy for Teddy Bridgewater. And I really don't see. You're not going to give up on Patterson. You're not going to cut playing time for Jarius Wright or Charles Johnson or
I love Wright. Are you kidding me?
So I really don't know where you plan on finding Larry Fitzgerald or roster
this
spot.
Is the fact everybody talks about. Where are you going to do this? How do you bring this big diamond back? I mean, I don't know, but I want him back home.
I don't blame you. I want it too, but I just don't see how it can happen. I'd love it to happen.
Yeah.
What have you done? What have you done for me lately?
Y'all
honestly,
are talking money now. Y'all are getting serious on me. You're talking money. No, and that's not what I'm good with. I'm good with emotion and what I see my players doing. And y'all are talking money. And y'all are saying, this isn't going to work out to bring Larry Fitzy back.
Hey,
we like to look at it from lots of different angles.
If we're playing
the emotional angle, I'm absolutely with you. I would love to see him in purple.
If we're playing, if we're just playing fantasy football, looking at it from a fan point of view, I've always wanted to have Larry Fitzgerald back in Minnesota. It would have been so awesome to see number 11 out there in purple. Like, that was always when you would do like the Madden fantasy draft.
I have no hatred. I have no hatred. I don't care what Packers fans say about him. I don't care. He walked out wearing purple. So how about y'all? Y'all put him in green. That's fine. I'm not going to be that girl that disrupts things. But guess what? He walked out wearing purple and smiling. I'm okay with that.
You just let us into our final segment. Did you know that?
Oh, well, good.
No.
What's the final segment?
Thank you.
We are going to predict the winners of the conference championship games. And since Megan was talking about the Packers, let's talk about the Packers at the Seahawks.
Okay. Sea chickens are going to shred them. Sea chickens are going to shred them. They're going to shred them to bits, tiny little bits, bit by bit. And Sharon Rogers will have no excuse for his calf. Calfgate, hashtag Calfgate. Yeah. Over all of them. Raji, I'm over all of them. I'm over Clay Matthews. I'm over all of them. Coon. I'm over all of them. They're going to go to the Sea Chickens 12th man, and they're going to bow, and they're going to pray that they survive. I love it. I'm okay. I really was behind the Cowboys, y'all, because I'm in Dallas right now, so I have to kind of sort of at least put up with something. Oh, sure. But I was really behind the Cowboys thinking they were better at away than they were at home. And now that they lost, y'all, Sea Chickens are going to slam. Like, the 12th man is alive. So I'm not worried, and I'm happy. Go Sharon Rogers. Go on, get your little calf beat down. I don't care.
Megan chooses the Seahawks. What do you got, Kyle?
I hope the game ends in a tie, and neither of them make it to the Super Bowl. I don't.
Why? But why would you do that to us, y'all?
I refuse to pick Green Bay in anything, so I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I would like to see Kevin Williams make it to a Super Bowl. He's very deserving.
That would be nice.
Of it. So I'll pull for the Seahawks for Kevin Williams.
And wouldn't it be great to see T-Jack get his second ring?
Yeah, wouldn't you just love to see Tavares Jackson with 2 Super Bowls?
No, I'd like to see him.
Said literally nobody ever.
And do you know something else awesome is if the Seahawks win, Percy Harvin gets another payday too because he was part of that roster.
How does it work out, Adam?
It's stupid, but it's in his contract.
Yeah.
No, it's in his contract. You're killing me, Smalls.
All right, so let's talk about the game on the other side, the AFC. We got the Colts traveling to visit the Patriots. Now, this should be a fun game to watch.
Angry Brady. Here's the weird thing. I'm a way big Angry Brady fan. I love him, and my mom knows this. I've taken up Peyton Manning for her, but I love Brady because he's just angry every goddamn day. Who doesn't love that? Is Belichick's a douchebag who shows up in a hoodie every game, and they had their Spygate stuff. So I'm not sure. And Aaron Hernandez, all that shit. I'm sorry, I apologize. All that stuff was not legit to me. So I don't know that. And they traded Wes Welker. Who trades Wes Welker? I don't know. They I understand Randy Moss because he's an a-hole, whatever.
Oh, shit.
Who does this, y'all? Let's talk about this a minute. The Patriots demand cooperation, and they're stupid enough to do Spygate, which was stupid. Josh McDaniels still surviving somehow. I mean, y'all talk about this. I don't dislike Tom Brady. I'm not against him. But Andrew Luck seems to be Clutch. So I don't know. He's an Ewok. He's like an Ewok.
That furry little man.
He's like a weirdo dude. I don't know how to even identify this dude.
So who's your pick then, Megan?
Angry Brady and Pats. I'm Angry Brady and the Pats.
She's got Angry Brady. What do you got, Kyle?
Did he get drafted 4th or 6th? I don't know. 4th or 6th.
Mr. West, what do you have? Colts at Patriots.
He got drafted 4th or 6th. I don't remember what round. He was the fat kid that always wanted to be popular. And he got 4th or 6th. I love that you're laughing, Kyle. You're killing me. You're killing me, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that was the funniest thing I've ever heard. Holy crap.
All right, Kyle, what do you got?
I have no idea.
Colts Patriots, who's winning?
I picked the Indianapolis Colts because I'm a really big Andrew Luck fan, and I really like the way the Colts are playing right now. I feel
you just like the way the Colts celebrate after their win in the locker room.
Oh shit, I like that too.
Struggling, and Belichick has no idea what's going on. Like Belichick's like showing up in his hoodie, like I don't know, like an idiot. And I love these guys. Don't understand. I love these guys, but the Colts are really killing it.
They are. They are.
Kyle, do you remember my prediction at the beginning of the year as to who the Super Bowl was going to be?
I think you said the Colts.
I said Seahawks Patriots.
Oh, Seahawks Patriots.
I'm super loyal to fault, so I'm going to go Sea Chickens and Patriots.
But I kind of want the Colts to win.
I do too.
I don't know why. I have no reason to, but I do.
Why are you doing this? Why do you want these people to win? Like, they're not even relevant.
The nice thing is that I don't really have much at stake in either game, so whoever wins, that's fine. Whoever loses, I don't care.
I'm not going to lie. I tend to kind of get disinterested in football as soon as the Vikings are out of it.
Oh, sure.
I'm like, I don't get quite as into it. So, like, I've been having Breaking Bad marathons on Sundays now.
I should probably watch an episode of that one day.
Oh my God, you should. It's on Netflix.
But all right, make sure to watch the NFL Conference Championship games this weekend. Make sure to tweet us, and go on Facebook and talk to us about Duron Carter, how you feel about him possibly joining the Vikings. Could be interesting. And I'd like to thank both Megan and Kyle for joining me in the conversation today. And remember to stay classy, Minnesota.
I'm glad I was here and I got to talk about the Vikings for a hot minute because they're never relevant. I mean, I'm hoping, honestly, the NFL Writers Association today voted Teddy Bridgewater in top quarterback. Like,
that's right.
We're not irrelevant. We can't be irrelevant with the kudos we're getting.
I mean, I like Derek Carr. I will never admit to Jacksonville that I like anything, so I don't like Blake Bortles. I'm sorry, those guys on Jacksonville. Those guys on the Jacksonville Jaguars fan page on Twitter they got me bad. I don't even like anything Jacksonville. No, they can all.
I think they blocked
go jump off a bridge.
I think they blocked us. I haven't heard from them in a long time.
Oh, Jacksonville.
Oh, poor Jacksonville. Poor Toby.
Don't they have more to worry about than some podcast?
No, they really don't.
Yeah, but it's great that y'all included me because, I don't have a very, I don't know what you'd say. I don't have a very, professional, I just really, I love my team. I know my team. I know who plays for my team. And I think we have some really big obstacles this year. We have to rebuild. And I'm not sure that I've ever been a part of an organization where rebuilding is number one. And I've seen other organizations and I want to be a part of the Vikings that say, we're going to rebuild at no cost. Like Rick Spielman says, I'm going to rebuild this organization, y'all. Don't you worry about this. And he's done good work, but Ponder was his doing too, y'all. So I have to be worried about that too. Cause I was at that draft party, y'all. I've told y'all that.
I love that. Rick Spielman didn't have final say until the year after that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So you can't put that one completely on him.
That, because honestly, John Elway saying, I am the end all be all. He's funny, but he's super narcissistic. He doesn't care about anybody because he makes the decisions. He is the baller, right?
If I was John Elway, I'd be that way too.
Really?
I'd be an absolute dick to everyone.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yep.
So what do you, I ask you on the flip side, what do you think his perspective of Peyton is? Because John Fox, in my opinion, was the sacrificial lamb. So what do you expect from Peyton? Peyton's got to show up or show out, or he's got to have a pocket. He has to have receivers. He has nobody open. So I don't even know. I'm sorry. I get so mad because I really wanted them to win this year,
We love your passion, Megan. We love it.
So you'll defer. That's great. Well, nice. For all you want. I'm still super upset about all of this.
All right. So, would that run about 40 minutes or so?